Stop. If you are over 60 and you are eating what you think is a healthy diet, there is a very good chance your muscles are quietly disappearing and you have no idea it is happening. Not because you are lazy, not because you are weak, but because after 60, your body starts destroying muscle at a speed that no amount of regular food can keep up with, unless you know exactly what to eat. Science has finally confirmed that 3 ancient superfoods used for thousands of years by our ancestors can actually slow down and even reverse this process. And the most powerful one on this list is probably sitting in your kitchen right now. But here is the question I want you to hold in your mind until the very end of this video. Which one of these 3 superfoods works fastest? Because the answer will surprise you. Stay with me. Before we get into the 3 superfoods, I want to take just a moment to say, if you are watching this, you are not alone. So many people after 60 feel it. That heaviness when you climb stairs, that weakness in your grip, that tired feeling that never fully goes away no matter how much you rest. I understand. And I want you to know that what I am sharing today is not my personal opinion. Everything in this video is backed by real, peer-reviewed scientific research, studies conducted on actual human beings, not lab animals. I have spent a long time going through the research, so you do not have to. And before we get to the most important superfood of all, which I am saving for last because it is the one that changes everything, I want to ask you something. Drop a comment below and tell me your age and where you are watching from. It genuinely helps to know who is on the other side of this screen. And if this kind of content is valuable to you, we are working toward 1,000 subscribers. Your support means more than you know. Now, let us talk about what is actually happening inside your body after 60. Because once you understand this, the 3 superfoods will make complete sense. Scientists call it sarcopenia. It is the medical term for the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. And here is what most people do not realize. It does not start at 60. It starts quietly in your 40s, but after 60, the rate accelerates dramatically. A review published in a nutrition science journal found that healthy adults can lose up to 8% of their muscle mass every single decade after the age of 40. That means by the time you reach 70, you could have lost nearly a quarter of the muscle you had in your prime, even if you feel relatively healthy. The World Health Organization officially recognized sarcopenia as a clinical disease in 2016. This is not normal aging that you simply have to accept. This is a condition, and conditions can be addressed. The dangerous part is what muscle loss does beyond making you feel weak. Research confirms that sarcopenia significantly increases the risk of falls, fractures, heart complications, and even early death in older adults. When your muscles weaken, your balance goes. When your balance goes, a simple fall becomes a life-changing event. And here is something even more alarming. Chronic low-grade inflammation, which increases naturally after 60, is one of the primary drivers silently accelerating this muscle destruction. Every day that inflammation goes unchecked, it is like a slow fire eating away at your muscle tissue from the inside. The good news is that all 3 superfoods I am about to share with you directly target this inflammation. That is not a coincidence. That is ancient wisdom finally catching up with modern science. The first superfood is turmeric. And I know what some of you are thinking. You have heard about turmeric before. But stay with me, because what science discovered about turmeric and muscle is something most people have never heard. The active compound in turmeric is called curcumin. Researchers at the University of Tokyo studied the effect of turmeric extract specifically on age-related skeletal muscle atrophy, the exact type of muscle loss that happens after 60. What they found was remarkable. Turmeric extract was shown to suppress the key molecular signals that tell your body to break down muscle protein. Think about that. Your body has a built-in destruction signal, and turmeric can help mute it. A separate study published in the journal Nutrients confirmed that turmeric extract reduced the activity of muscle-wasting proteins called FBXO32 and MRF1. These are the proteins responsible for triggering muscle breakdown at the cellular level. When they are active and unchecked, your muscles shrink. When curcumin suppresses them, that process slows down. The simple way to use turmeric is this. Half a teaspoon of turmeric powder in warm water or warm milk every morning with a small pinch of black pepper. The black pepper is not optional. It contains piperine, a compound that increases curcumin absorption in your body by up to 2,000%. Without it, most of the curcumin passes right through you without being absorbed. This is the mistake most people make. They take turmeric without black pepper and then wonder why they see no difference. Add the pepper. That small change makes all the difference. Now, I want to pause here for a second and ask you, have you been feeling unexplained weakness or fatigue in your legs or arms? If yes, type the word yes in the comments right now. You would be surprised how many people are experiencing this silently and thinking it is just part of getting old. It is not. And we are about to get to the second superfood, which is the one that directly builds new muscle strength from the inside out. But first, a quick fact that might shock you. A 2025 systematic review and meta-analysis published in a peer-reviewed medical journal found that most older adults are not getting anywhere near enough nutritional support to fight sarcopenia, and that the right nutritional interventions can make a measurable difference in muscle mass and physical function. The problem is not your body. The problem is that no one told you what to actually eat. The second superfood is ashwagandha. This ancient root has been used for over 3,000 years in traditional medicine as a rejuvenating tonic for the body. But now science has caught up with something remarkable. A randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical study, the gold standard of scientific research, evaluated the effect of ashwagandha extract on physical performance, muscle status, and inflammatory markers in human volunteers. The results confirmed that ashwagandha supplementation was safe and effective in enhancing physical performance and reducing markers of chronic inflammation, the same inflammation that silently destroys muscle tissue after 60. What makes ashwagandha special is that it works on two levels at once. It reduces the cortisol in your body. Cortisol is the stress hormone that, when chronically elevated, breaks down muscle tissue. And at the same time, it supports your body's natural ability to build and maintain lean muscle. After 60, your cortisol regulation becomes less efficient. Your body stays in a low-grade stress state more often. And every hour your cortisol stays elevated, it is chipping away at the muscle you have left. Ashwagandha helps bring that back into balance. The practical way to use it, a small amount of ashwagandha root powder, around a quarter teaspoon, mixed into warm milk before bed. This is how it was traditionally used for centuries. At night, your body does most of its repair and recovery. Giving it ashwagandha before sleep means it has what it needs while you rest. And the results build over weeks, not overnight. This is not a quick fix. This is a daily habit that compounds over time. We are getting close to the most important superfood of all, the one I teased at the very beginning. But before we get there, I need to tell you about one dangerous mistake that almost everyone over 60 is making. And it is not about what they are eating. It is about what they are not eating enough of. Research published in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that protein intake in older adults is critically below the level needed to maintain muscle mass. Most people over 60 are eating about half the protein their muscles actually need. And the worst part? After 60, your body becomes less efficient at using the protein you do eat. Doctors call this anabolic resistance. It means even if you are eating a reasonable amount of protein, your muscles are not absorbing it the way they used to. This is why simply eating more chicken or eggs is not enough on its own. You need specific compounds that help your body actually use what you are eating. And the third superfood does exactly that. Are you still with me? Good, because this next one is the reason people who use all three together see results that seem almost too good to be true. The third superfood, and the most powerful one on this list, is finger millet. You may not have heard of it by that name. In many parts of the world, it has been a staple food for thousands of years. Ancient communities used it as their primary grain, and now science is confirming why they were right. A scoping review published in 2026, conducted by researchers at a major medical research institute, analyzed traditional dietary approaches for managing sarcopenia. Among the foods assessed across multiple randomized controlled trials, finger millet stood out for its impact on muscle strength, physical performance, and bone mineral density in older adults. What makes finger millet different from regular grains is its extraordinarily high calcium content, roughly 3 to 5 times more calcium per serving than regular wheat or rice. But here is what most people do not know. Muscle function is not just about protein. Calcium plays a direct role in muscle contraction and strength. Every time your muscle fiber contracts, it is triggered by a calcium signal. When your calcium levels are low, which happens increasingly after 60 as absorption efficiency drops, your muscles cannot contract properly. They become weaker, slower, and harder to control. This is why so many older adults feel that deep, heavy weakness that no amount of rest seems to fix. Finger millet also contains iron, essential amino acids, and unique antioxidant compounds that reduce oxidative stress in muscle tissue. Oxidative stress is another silent destroyer of muscle that accelerates dramatically after 60. The simplest way to add finger millet is to replace one regular grain meal per day, a bowl of porridge in the morning or flatbread at dinner. Even a small daily amount, eaten consistently, begins to shift the nutritional foundation your muscles depend on. Now I want to bring this together because these 3 superfoods are not meant to be used in isolation. Turmeric suppresses the signals that destroy muscle. Ashwagandha reduces the stress hormones that chip away at muscle overnight. And finger millet provides the deep mineral and amino acid foundation that aging muscles are starving for. Used together, consistently, over weeks and months, this combination addresses sarcopenia from 3 different directions simultaneously. A 2025 review confirmed that dietary modification is one of the most feasible and effective tools available to combat age-related muscle loss. Not surgery, not expensive medication, food, ancient food, finally validated by modern science. Here is what I want you to do starting tonight. Add a pinch of turmeric and black pepper to your evening meal or warm drink. Take a small amount of ashwagandha powder in warm milk before bed. And tomorrow morning, try replacing your regular breakfast grain with finger millet porridge. Just 3 small changes. Give it 30 days. Notice how your energy feels. Notice whether that heaviness in your legs starts to ease. Notice whether you feel stronger when you climb stairs. Your body wants to maintain its strength. After 60, it just needs more of the right support to do it. These 3 superfoods have been giving human bodies that support for thousands of years. Science has now confirmed what our ancestors already knew. The only question is whether you are going to use that knowledge starting today or wait until the weakness gets worse. If this video gave you something useful, something your doctor has probably never taken the time to explain, then please hit the like button. It helps more people find this information. Subscribe if you want to keep learning about what science is proving about natural ways to stay strong and healthy as you age. We are on our way to 1,000 subscribers, and every single one matters. And right now, watch the video appearing on your screen. It covers another critical piece of this puzzle that most people completely overlook. Your strength is not gone. It just needs the right food to come back.